Hi there everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are reviewing some am I the a-hole relationship advices or in general questions that I see on Reddit. We love those, I love those. Let's finally get started. This is the subreddit am I the a-hole. Girlfriend went through my phone while sleeping and kind of found something. Let's see what she found. I have been dating my current girlfriend for almost 2 years now. She's actually my first girlfriend and first love I ever had. I was like 14, 15, but we broke up and reconnected about 9 or 10 years later. I only dated one other girl on and off for 8 to 9 years we were apart. It was horrible and she really used me and cheated on me repeatedly. Yikes. So I haven't had much experience with dating, quite frankly. I've only had good experience with dating my current girlfriend for at least 1.5 to 2 years. Has been absolutely amazing until last night. I took a nap that lasted longer than intended and awoke to her on the couch in a very bad mood. And her being super quiet. Yeah, she definitely found something. After a long of poking and prodding, I finally got her to tell me what's wrong. She had gone through my phone while I was sleeping and went through everything. Yikes, I hate that part of relationship when there is no trust and you have to go through a phone. That is just so bad. I hate when that has to happen. And it does seem like she has not trusted you, but it's so weird, right? All she found was me clicking a link tree of a girl on Instagram who happened to be a model, okay? In the link history section of it, you could clearly see I only opened the link tree but didn't click any other links. Would show up in the link history if I did. Brief explanation on my part. I am a mechanic and a new Supra came through the shop. A few of the younger oil changes were all talking about being a girl's car. And I said I'll be willing to put my money on the fact that the owner is an OF model. So I go on IG on the window sticker and then click the link tree. Proved my point and closed the app. Then around a week or two later, I was on TikTok on some random emo goth girl pops up on my phone. My girlfriend also has a very emo goth aesthetic, and for some reason I felt compelled to go on this girl's account and just scroll through basically for 10 to 15 videos. Damn, she knows where to look, huh? Didn't like, didn't comment, didn't save, just watched the videos and closed out of the app. Being completely honest when I say this, I never looked at other women. I really feel like that I only have eyes on her, but for some reason I did what I did. All this took place in May of this year, and she went all the way back to find proof of all of these events and is now saying that she can't trust me and that I have destroyed our relationship and all the love's gone. I mean, her going through your phone without a permission is definitely an issue within itself, but privacy should be going both ways in a relationship, and it's not okay for her to just snoop, right? That is a bad situation within itself. Like I said, there is no clear communication. She is assuming some of these things. She's going through things that probably look into naturally, and without her getting the context, she's assuming that she can't trust you. This feels weird. The OF model is really hard to understand, but scrolling through a random girl on TikTok I don't think is bad. You didn't communicate with her, right? So it's nothing really that you have to worry about. You're just looking through. It really depends what the content is, honestly. I don't agree with the girlfriend for now, but let's see. I really do love this girl more than anything and I don't want to lose her, but as bad as I do feel for hurting her, I don't really understand why she is as upset as she is. Am I the a-hole, or is she looking for an excuse to leave? Yeah. It does seriously sound like you didn't mean to do anything wrong, so I don't think you are the a-hole for the situation. She does seem like she's looking for an excuse to start a fight, argue with you about something, or not to trust you. She's probably struggling with her own trust issues in general, and she's probably progressing it on you. And this is so weird. This is really weird. It doesn't seem like there's a reason for you to make her feel like she can't trust you. If there is a reason that I don't know about, probably, but there always should be a reason for you to go through her phone, and I don't think this is okay for a relationship. If she went through your phone, I think that is when the relationship is over. There's no trust. You can't continue the relationship if there is no trust. Guys, let me know what you think about it. I personally don't think there is a good in this relationship if you guys continue not to trust each other. There is no point of having a relationship if you guys don't trust each other, right? It goes both ways. And this comment is also really cool, right? Ask to go through her phone. If she doesn't let you, something is going on. Yeah, Sometimes our partner could be acting a little bit different or intentionally not trust you because they're doing something, right? A cheater could be suspicious of you cheating because that's just an unnatural instinct of what they would feel. So yeah, if there is an overprotective person or always constantly jealous person, sometimes they are jealous because they know what could happen and they're probably cheating themselves. If there's no trust, there is no relationship, period. That's my opinion. There is a response to this comment. It says, this is the answer. Okay, you look through the phone, my turn, and hold out your hand. She doesn't immediately go, that's fair, and hand it over. She's done. Yeah, period. Period. Are you guys next? Am I the a-hole for leaving my boyfriend at a wedding I wasn't originally invited to? It doesn't sound like you're an a-hole, but let's see. My boyfriend is a groomsman at a wedding this weekend, so I was excited to finally meet his friends, but for some reason I had this gut feeling I wasn't. I'm not sure why, maybe his responses and reactions when I asked, but I asked him to double check and see if I was actually invited, and he refused until 1 week prior to the wedding. That sounds super frustrating. A wedding is not a joke. It's not a joke. Being a wedding guest is also really difficult. I haven't been to a wedding myself, but from experience of reading all of these, right? I understand. Come to find out, I was indeed not invited, but they were going to figure it out. At that point, I was sincerely not okay going, as I understand budgets for the wedding and it was a week prior. That's what I mean. It's not that easy. They figured out my spot and I was going to take someone's spot who couldn't longer go. I was so uncomfortable and embarrassed, but I didn't want to say no because they really put in the effort. Well, today is the rehearsal done and I was making an hour drive and needed to get ready at an Airbnb. I never got the address after asking numerous times until 1:30, and when I arrived, my boyfriend told me I had 15 minutes to get ready. That is very not considerate, huh? I was furious at the lack of respect yet again, and he said, suck it up and get over it and go inside and get ready. Why is he acting like that? Okay. I was in tears due to the lack of empathy and compassion. I ended up leaving because I didn't feel welcome in the first place and definitely not welcomed after that. Am I the a-hole for leaving? I mean, I get that weddings are super complicated with guest budget lists and things like that, but it's really unfair that you did not feel welcomed, right? It's really, really sad and frustrating. Not only for you, it's also frustrating for the groom and the bride and everyone, right? Your boyfriend acted really weird in that sense. If your boyfriend is not listening to your concerns and empathizing with you, that's something that you should definitely discuss. And I don't think this should be respected at all. The way he was talking to you was literally disgusting. Suck it up. Definitely a red flag. This is definitely a red flag. 15 minutes to get ready for a rehearsal. That's messed up. That is messed up. Leaving was your way of protecting yourself from feeling further disrespected, and I personally don't think you're an a-hole for that. Kudos to you, honestly. And it does sound like you trusted your gut, so I think that is something that is more important. Let's see what the comments say, but write your comments below as well. Sweetheart, I think he's using you. That is not a behavior of a loving partner. The way you felt is legitimate because no one should be spoken to in that way in that situation. Read these comments. I think they are all right. He did not want you there. Hold your head up and extricate yourself from this relationship. You are so much more valuable than he's treating you. That's such a good comment. I completely agree. Really, really agree. This shouldn't be going in this way. This is so disrespectful, and he was definitely not on your side, which is so weird. Next, am I the a-hole for asking my boyfriend to stop talking about my body? No. Trigger warning, there is body image, body fat percentage. I just want to let that out here just in case. I am a semi-pro athlete in a weight class sport, and after years of working with my coach, and we discovered the best method for me to make the weight is to do calorie cut to get me around 13 to 15% body fat, which is for me personally below my healthiest percentage, but high enough so I could still perform, and I water cut the rest of the weight. Please note, I only stay at that low body fat percentage in the weeks before my competition, and then I jump straight into a high calorie diet to gain the healthy level of fat back. That sounds good. My sport has nothing to do with the looks and strictly a performance sport, but I particularly love how small my cat because at a healthier percentage they become quite large, and the point I have considered a reduction. My boyfriend knows this. I am now at my lowest weight and I will be until my next competition. And he started making comments about he's so excited for my weight to come back so my get bigger. Huh? I told him he is welcome to think that, but please don't say it, as it's oddly frustrating for him to wish out loud for something that I dread mostly about gaining weight. That is weird. It is weird. I asked him to stop talking about my chest. He stopped directly commenting on it, but would drop comments like, just imagine how great you will look next month, while directly staring at my chest. What? So that turned me to asking him not to comment on any of my body until I have performed. This is so frustrating. Why do you even have to explain that? He is completely disrespecting you, whatever you feel and how you feel about it. He's just like, yeah, I want this back. No. Huh? He got quite frustrated with me and said it is unreasonable for me to expect him to say nothing about my body. Yeah, it is reasonable. Respect your partner's decisions, your choices, and how you feel about it, right? What do you mean? I also feel that if he can't do it without innuendo about my chest, he should probably just stop. True. That is so true. I mean, I don't think you are an a-hole at this point. Literally, this sounds super frustrating because you have to perform your best, and this is something that you dread about gaining weight. So he's not being understanding at all. I'm not asking him to stop commenting on my body forever, but just sort of wait. It sounds like your boyfriend doesn't fully understand the emotional and physical process behind the changes you're making with your body for your sport. It sounds like he's using it for himself, or that he is going to be satisfied of how you're going to look. That just sounds so disgusting in my opinion, you guys. This is so weird. All right, let's read some comments, you guys. Not the a-hole. It's kind of sad. It seems like he cares more about your boobs being big. What if you got cancer and got mastectomies, or if you decided to stay slimmer? Would he not be okay with that? I think we all have preferences on what our partners should look like, but in reality is we love them for who they are. All the comments of your chest size are strange and will make me uncomfortable too. Yeah, super, super uncomfortable, even if it's from your love partner. You're telling them that you're not okay with that, and you are clearly saying that you are struggling at the moment, and you're doing this for your sport. And he's like, wow, I wish they were bigger. Dude, what's wrong with you? Definitely not the a-hole OP. Really stop worrying about that. But this is really, really weird, and you should have a deep conversation with your boyfriend. That is super weird. Am I the a-hole for lying to my boyfriend what I fed him for dessert? Let's see. Hi. Hey. So I, 24 female, have a boyfriend, 24 male. I'm from Poland and he's from Spain. Since we met almost 1 year ago, he never tried any polished food that me and my family prepared for him. If he said no thanks, I would be fine. But he always comments on how disgusting it is. Asks how we could even eat, and he gags for the whole meal. Ew, what's wrong with you? I get it, you don't like it, but why are you forcing yourself to eat something that you don't like and disrespecting a culture? What's wrong with people? This just makes me so frustrated. He never even tried that food. Oh, so he never even freaking tried it. So why is he gagging on it? What's wrong with people even more? We argue about it a few times because I think that his behavior is unacceptable, which is totally unacceptable, I agree. But he says that this food is horrible and he's allowed to have preference. You are allowed to have preference, but you're not allowed to culturally disrespect a family when they're eating, even if you're not eating. This is so weird. You're so weird. What kind of behavior is that? That is totally unacceptable. What are you talking about? Preference is different from respect and being very, very annoying about it, like a child, I would say. 4 days ago at a family dinner, when my mom asked him if he would want some golapki, Google Translate as cabbage rolls. Oh, I know what that is. That is a really Slavic. Not sure if it's the same thing. Yeah, it's like cabbage leaf rolled with meat and like rice and stuff. That is actually really good, and steamed in potatoes and vegetables. That is so good. So good. And you eat it with sour cream. once again, gagged. Yeah, throw the whole boyfriend away. What are you talking about? Covered his mouth and said that he could never eat that. Okay, slap in the face, please. I was furious with him and told him to apologize. He did it to his mom in her face. Oh, he's disgusting. He's disgusting. He refused, and there was a tense mood throughout the rest of the lunch. After lunch, it was time for dessert. My mom made cernik, which is similar to cheesecake, but it made with cottage cheese. It's a really, really good thing too. My boyfriend refused to try that before, but this time my mom covered it in chocolate, and so it looked a little different. He asked what that is. I quickly said it was store-bought cake. My family didn't correct me, and we all ate in peace. My boyfriend even took a second one. He asked where we bought that, and I told him it was cernik that my mom made with cottage cheese. He looked at me a little confused, then told my mom it was good. I was happy with the result with my little lie. That's a really, really cute white lie, right? Doesn't hurt anyone. He's just being a baby about this and it's pissing me off. But on our way home, he started yelling at me. Boy, how could I humiliate him like that in front of my family? And how could I lie about what he's going to eat when he's ready? Told me it's disgusting. You are disgusting. You are disgusting, sir. I asked him what his problem was because he liked the cake, and he said that I didn't respect him and his boundaries, and he's not talking to me until I apologize. It's been 4 days and he's not answering any of my messages, and I'm having doubts if he's right and might be a-hole. He's not allergic, he doesn't have any intolerance, and he isn't on a diet that would make him not eat a cernik, by the way. You are not an a-hole. You shouldn't even be thinking about that. This boy is trash. He's completely disrespectful. He gags in front of your parents, does not want to apologize. He thinks the food is disgusting. Does he need to go places where people can't afford to eat anything? Where people starve to death? Where people can't have proper food every single day? Disgusting. This guy needs some lesson or therapy or some like that. It makes me so mad. What do you think about that? Because that just made me so furious. My blood is boiling. But live, laugh, Lexapro, huh? There is an edit, 2 of them actually, so I'm gonna read them now. Edit, oh wow, I didn't expect so many comments in 2 hours. Thank you so much for all of them. Yeah, I would be, if I saw this right away, you know how many comments I would be writing this? This one is a 8-month-old message. I mean, subreddit. Many questions of why we are together. Exactly. Why are you guys still together? I study in Spain, met him on anniversary, and he and his friends are kind of my Spanish family now. He is usually a sweet and funny guy, but not a Polish fan. He doesn't have to be obsessed with Poland. He doesn't have to be obsessed with Polish people. He chose you as his partner. Why is he being that disrespectful? I don't understand. I just don't understand. I can't comprehend that at all. We visited my family for 2 days, Friday and Saturday, and we are coming back to Spain. He snapped about cernik. Not sure if I continue this relationship, but it's scary to be alone in a foreign country. Don't be scared. You've been there already, and you came to that country to study by yourself, so you're not alone. You're going to be fine. Are you choosing between being respected or disrespected but not alone? I don't know. And lose almost every friend I have now. Is cernik worth it? He was still an amazing boyfriend who cares about me. Light up my day. If you ever been in love, you would understand the feeling. Still not sure if I should apologize because his behavior was very childish. I agree. And disrespectful, as many of you said, but lying wasn't the best option, so I think I'm guilty of that. I mean, you could definitely apologize for lying about the cake, right? But you don't have to apologize ever. Like, this is not worth your time. I really hope that you get rid of this relationship because this sounds like a really big red flag. And if you plan to like get married, let's say in the future, I just can't imagine how difficult that would be. You have to mix 2 cultures together, right? He is Spanish, he's from Spain, and you are Polish. That's 2 different mentalities, that's 2 different cultures mixed in together, so there are going to be differences. But imagine that living for the rest of your life together. That's just a complete red flag on the way he is reacting. It's so weird. There is a second edit, by the way. Oh my, this already has over 1,500 comments. I try to read as many as I can, but I cannot promise anything. Anyway, thanks for the responses. It opened my eyes a lot and made me do some actions. I talked to my parents about this, apologized for bringing him with me and not kicking him out. Also discussed with them his behavior towards them and me. I found out not only he was disrespectful about the food, but when I went to the toilet, my family tried to engage the conversation. He was just nodding and shaking his head without trying to respond properly. I texted him that we need to talk face to face, and if he's not going to answer me by tomorrow, I'll end it by sending him a message. Do I have another choice? No. This guy is a douchebag. He's completely disrespecting your family. This is really weird. I get it being shy and things and like introverted, but that's disgustingly disrespectful. I don't like that at all. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I will apologize for lying about the cake because I think that was my mistake, but the rest is on his side. Thank you all for your comments. Adios. I can't read that. Sorry about it. But yeah, you're definitely not the a-hole. Run. Bye. Goodbye to this guy. This is a weird situation. Let's read the comments. You cannot tell someone else's food is yucky. You cannot make yucky sounds or gag or do anything on food, on something that someone else eats. And if you don't eat it, that is just not your food. Just ignore it. Why are you being so childish? That just makes me so furious. You cannot yuck on food unless it's like, I'm not gonna say it, something that is not edible by a normal person, right? Literally. So disgusting. Run. Let me know what you guys think about this one. That one was pretty crazy in my opinion. I'm shocked. I don't know what to say. All right, I think we're done for today. Make sure you check all the links in the description below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments as well. And also, if you have anything to say about all of these, make sure you write them in the comments below. I read all of the comments, even if I don't respond, but I try to respond as much as possible. Thank you so much for watching, but for now, I'll see you on the next one. Bye!